Welcome to this splendid event. A particularly warm welcome to Her Majesty's Representative, Lord Lieutenant Robert Voss, and to Daisy Cooper, our MP. My name is Anthony Rowlands. I'm a district councillor, and I'm here specifically in my capacity as the lead councillor for the public realm. And under that rather opaque title falls the museum service. So I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all to this, we could still probably call it the new museum and gallery. Probably in museum terms it still is new. It's been going for 3.5 years now. And it's a place where we have been able to host a whole range of exhibitions. Historical, literary, cultural, community, religious. And it's a special privilege to have the exhibition arriving and belonging upstairs in this museum and gallery. And so I'm particularly grateful for two reasons speaking here. One is that the ward I represent is the one in which the Maserti Synagogue has its home. And I've been involved with the Maserti since they moved into Campfield Road. And they have embraced our community, and I hope we'll embrace them. So hopefully we've made them very welcome. And secondly, on a personal level, I have a family connection. My late wife's father's family came from Lithuania in the late 19th century and settled in Scotland, and their forebears and successors have contributed extraordinarily to our scientific life, our medical life, and our cultural life. So I feel I have a connection, some understanding of the contribution the Jewish community has made across the nations, but also I know here in St Albans. So absolutely delighted to welcome you this evening to this exhibition. It's important and poignant. Robert.
Thank you very much, and good evening. I feel if I had a black yarmulke on, I'd be sentencing somebody to death standing here. I don't live in St Albans. I live further south in the county. However, this city is really my second home. I seem to spend more time here, as I think Kevin will verify, than I do in my own area of the county. It's an area we are particularly proud of. We're very proud of our only city in Hertfordshire, and although the people of Hertford would argue against it, this is the place where there is an awful lot of history. I am very, this event, this exhibition is very poignant as far as I'm concerned. For those who may not know, my parents both arrived here escaping Nazi Germany. My mother in 1936, my father in the middle of 1939, June 1939, just before the outbreak of war, sadly leaving his parents, my grandparents, to perish in the camps, along with many other family members. And in fact, I meant to bring with me, I have the Yellow Star of David, worn by my uncle, my great uncle, after whom I'm named, Robert Voss, which I've managed to keep, and I meant to bring that with me, but I unfortunately forgot. So my parents, as I say, arrived here, met in the UK, and this became their home very, very quickly, and they really felt a sense of belonging in the UK. They lived just outside Hertfordshire, in northwest London. My father, as soon as he could speak English, within about 6 months, enlisted in the British Army and served for 3.5 years, and was invalided out, ironically, to Hatfield House, which was a military hospital at the time. They then set up life here, they married here, and had a true sense of belonging to this great country. And I always say to people, if it wasn't for Britain giving my parents a home, I wouldn't exist. And I think that is really the emphasis that is this exhibition. It's people arriving here and having a feeling of belonging and being welcomed into British society, and we've just heard, and I'm sure you all are aware of the contribution made by Jewish people particularly, but immigrants generally, refugees generally, to British society in all aspects. Of course, that has continued, and I'm very proud to be patron of Hearts Welcomes Refugees, and Irene, the CEO, is sitting over there. And of course, refugees continue to come to this country, whether they're from Syria, at the moment from Afghanistan, and all of them, I would say all bar none, are so grateful to come to a country like Britain, where they can find safety, they can find peace, and they can build family life. And I know in the charity we have one or two young people who really encapsulated that and done extremely well. So I think the makeup of this great country, of Hertfordshire particularly, where we have such a diverse community, and I've said to many people, I believe Hertfordshire is possibly the most diverse county in the whole of the United Kingdom, in terms of ethnicity, in terms of origin, in terms of religion, in terms of wealth, in all aspects. And I think that is the strength, not only of Great Britain, but that is the strength of Hertfordshire, and as is exhibited, the strength of St Albans. So it really is very poignant for me to say that arriving and belonging is very much a part of my family history, my recent family history, and I consider myself British through and through. But as I say, if it wasn't for Great Britain, I wouldn't exist. So it's a great honour to have, I've had a sneak preview, to have seen this exhibition. What I would like to see, and I've suggested, is this expanded further and actually bring in similar stories from around the county, because there are so many stories of people arriving and belonging, not only from the Jewish religion, but from all religions, all backgrounds, that I think this would make a wonderful county-wide story. So it's something that I will be looking at and actually taking this much larger. But I think it's a great exhibition, and I thank those who've organised it. I think it's a marvellous introduction. And it's a great pleasure to be here, and I'm not sure if I'm officially opening it or not. I have no idea if I am. Daisy's officially opening it. Her Majesty's representative will bow to the Member of Parliament. but please don't make that public. So, Daisy, I'll pass over to you, but thank you very much, and as I say, congratulations on something that is very poignant to me, and very poignant to this county and this city. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think Robert knows you well enough to know that I'm happy to share the virtual ribbon cutting. So, thank you very much for inviting me to help open this exhibition, and a huge congratulations to everybody, Helen and everybody else involved in putting it together. Since I've lived in St Albans, and even more so since I was elected, I love getting to know people. I love people's stories about where they've come from and how they've arrived in St Albans and what keeps them here. There are some truly, truly amazing stories, but I am just going to name one person. Kitty, last week at the Holocaust Memorial Day, your story was so incredibly powerful, and it really, really stuck with me. Harrowing, poignant, and remarkable. And having had a quick sneak preview as well of the exhibition upstairs, there are so many other stories that go along with that. I'll say a little political point, because I am, after all, a politician. I think in many ways people think we live in a divided society, and there are people in this country and in the world who seek to sow division and to divide us. And one of the things that I am so proud about in St Albans is that we never cave to that. We are a really inclusive society. We are a strong community. There is glue that binds us together, irrespective of our race, our creed, our background, our sexual orientation, or anything else. And I'm incredibly proud to be here this evening. I'm incredibly proud of everything that's been brought together for this exhibition. And I want to say thank you to everything that you contribute to St Albans, and long may that continue. Thank you.
So we're delighted to see you all here this evening. Thank you so much to Her Majesty's Lord Lieutenant of Hertfordshire, Robert Boss, and Daisy Cooper, and Councillor Anthony Rowlands for their kind words. And thank you so much to everyone for joining us this evening. You are all here because of your support and contribution. So, as you may know, the Arriving and Belonging exhibition grew out of a previous project, Mapping Sam's Roots, where over 100 family stories from St Albans Museum Synagogue, or Sam's members, were plotted onto a virtual map. And we were really lucky to have funding in the form of a legacy that allowed us to work with exhibition professionals Deborah Moritz and Simon Leach. Simon's over there. And Deborah helped us distill 18 stories that illustrate universal themes that reflect the Jewish experience over time and place. If you would like to collect stories from your own community, we would be happy to help. We feel it's so important to share stories to aid understanding. So on behalf of the project team, I'd also like to thank all of the contributors here who've shared their stories, St Albans United Synagogue for their valuable input, and of course Deborah Moritz, Simon Leach and the team. We had a sound designer, Dan Savage, and styler who fabricated the artwork. And also Sam's members, our photographer Hayley Posner, proofreader Tally Baker, my husband John Meyer for creating the online exhibition. None of this would have been possible without Sarah Keeling, the curator here, and everybody else at the museum, also Emma Wellensky for arranging events to go with the exhibition. So please take a look at the exhibition. It's upstairs in the Keeper's Galleries, and a museum staff member will be monitoring numbers, so you might be asked to wait briefly, but while you're waiting, there's other exhibitions upstairs. There's the On-Demand Gallery and the Chaos Dancing Cosmos you can have a look at. So when there's more time, do come back with your family and friends during the run, which is until the 15th of May, and also look on the museum website for the associated events. So thank you again to everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause.